this morning is going to be. Kunal, hi, good morning. Seems like another bit of a step back. And the question looking at yesterday is, will that eventually get covered into?
Difficult to say that again because I think we are going through that second test towards the 24,000 mark. Yesterday was a day where we expected the index to remain in the range of 24,000 to 24,250 broadly. We closed at 24,250 mark. But then again, I think with today's potential gap down of 150 odd points on the Nifty, we would try and come back into that range of 24,000 to 24,250 on the index. Now, since today being the weekly expiry, the data on the option side is very interesting. You're seeing almost a 1.5 or a 50% jump higher built up in the 24,000 put strikes. That tells you that the markets would try and protect the 24,000 levels today and not try and close below those levels on the spot basis today. And more importantly, I think on the higher side, you're seeing the first round of a higher built up at 24,300 strikes on the index. So this again reinstates the point that we are looking at the index more or less trading into this 250, 300 point range.
Kunal, how do you look at some of the IT companies, TCS, HCL Tech, Infosys, very active on stock options yesterday?
Yeah, and there was a good amount of built up which was seen for the IT stocks yesterday. It was good to see large cap names and the mid cap stocks. I think all of them moving together. So I think we are now in that point where in the last 10 days broadly, you have had 3 major candlestick up moves for these IT stocks and the IT index as such. And on each of those individual days, you've seen the IT index moving up by at least 2.5 to 3.5%. And then subsequently in the next 2 days, you see there's been a mild kind of a cool off or a consolidation for these IT stocks before it tries to resume the rally. So it's like a step movement for the IT stocks in the IT index, which has been exhibited over the last 10 odd days. But in the last 10 days, we've seen almost like a 2,000 plus pointer move for the IT stocks. We're seeing a jump from 26,000 levels to 28,000 or comfortably about 28,000 mark where we closed yesterday. So I think this move of 10% broadly for the IT index indicates that the short covering move is going on for the IT stocks. Hopefully, I think once the news flow starts to be a little bit more positive, you would probably see more delivery-based buying, which could lead to more sustainable rallies for the IT names.
Okay. Kunal, your picks in a market like this?
So I'll go with 2 buy calls. The first one, which I would suggest, would be a buy on one of the stocks which we've been indicating earlier, Union Bank. From the PSU banking names, first time I think in the last 4-5 days or so, the stock has managed to show a very strong bullish candlestick pattern, close above the 200-day moving average in the last 5-6 days after a breakdown earlier. So this indicates more like a V-shaped recovery for Union Bank, would suggest a buy with a target of 178, stop loss at 166. Bajaj Auto is also some of the one of the very few auto names which is trying to make a very good comeback. The stock has been oversold sub the 10,000 levels, now trying to make a comeback. It's bouncing back from its long-term moving average as well. So it looks interesting on the short-term setup. Look at a target of 10,900, stop loss at 10,000.
Okay, let's take a very quick break on that note. When we come back, we'll analyze HCL's performance. The numbers sure look like they're a beat, but the guidance has not been raised. It's only been held on to. So do you need to temper the euphoria for a stock which has already moved up 4 to 5% ahead of its numbers? We'll discuss that, but on the other side of this very quick break.